guess so.
Yeah. Well, as you learn, once you get into the public eye, you know, you're never out of it. That people recognize you everywhere. You have to accept also the scrutiny of the press along with the praise. How do you react when negative things are written about you? Because I become very Irish when it happens to me.
Well, lately there hasn't been too much, but you know, you're absolutely right. When you are making news, there's going to be some writers that look for some sensational things, and occasionally they're going to say something that's incorrect or wrong, or that you think is that way. I just
you overlook it.
Got to. I mean, you got to play through the. You know, you got to take the bogeys along with the
birdies.
That's right.
But your editorials on violent films caused great controversy, and of course the strong accusations from the press supporting Daniel Shore. Was the incident reported accurately by the media?
I don't know. I mean, it was reported so many different ways that some of it was accurate. Most, you know, we're in the journalism business here, and we try and do everything as accurately as we can, like most journalists do.
Will you continue to do editorials?
Well, if I feel inclined. That's right. I've only done 2 in my whole life.
It must be a wonderful luxury. You want to get something out of your system, you go.
Well, you want to do an editorial?
Put it down the air.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can say pretty much what you want to on this show.
I want to say that in your presence. I appreciate that, the freedom and.
Well, would you like to say something right now? Go right ahead.
Yeah, you really got me on the spot because I got a whole list.
That's the trouble. We were talking. I said, "What are you going to ask me to, Mike?" We were in his office. He said, "I'm not going to tell you to get on the show." See, whenever you're being interviewed, the interviewer knows exactly what he's going to ask.
I've read
and the person being interviewed just doesn't have a chance. I mean, it's
you know what it's like to interview Ted Turner when somebody I say, "Get me all the material you can find." You know what I've got? I mean, a voluminous file like this.
You ought to see the file I've got on you. It's bigger than that. You've been around longer than I have, Mike.
Are there any other social or political concerns of yours that we haven't heard about?
Well, we haven't mentioned them, but I'm very concerned about the threat of nuclear war. I know our leaders are trying to do everything they possibly can, I think, but I'd like to see more progress made towards at least nuclear disarmament or a limitation on nuclear weapons, and I'd like to see more done about alternate energy. I'm concerned about unemployment in the economy. I'm concerned about unequal education for all here in this country. I'm concerned about overpopulation. I'm concerned about soil erosion and depletion of water, running out of oil, all of the major issues. Mm-hmm. They worry me more than what happens to CNN or what happens to me or what happens to the ratings.
Some very interesting things are happening with CNN. You were able to do something. I mean, you turned it around. You put it in reverse. You sold CNN to Japan.
That's right. We're going in there around the 1st of the year in Australia as well.
In Australia, too?
Right. So they'll be seeing you over there.
Really? Well,
right. That's right.
It's incredible. My goodness, we're going to have to think about that when we start booking the show.
Sure, we'll need some more international guests.
I'm in favor of that. You outbidded the networks for one of the biggest college basketball games of the year. It was against Virginia and who else?
And Georgetown. Right, Sampson and Ewing.
And now you're bidding for the Major League Baseball rights. Now, with the limited audience that you now have, can you make a return on your investment?
Well, what we'll have to do, this is some of these events will not only be carried by WTBS, but will be carried by broadcasters as well, because we cannot amortize the costs just across the current cable market.
Now,
so broadcast stations will be carrying it as well as cable.
So you'll sell it like a person would have syndicated.
Sure, like your show used to be.
Yeah, Now, what are your goals past the 4th network?
Well, we've got to make some money at some point in time so we can expand our entertainment production and go into motion pictures. And what I want to do is more uplifting pictures. I mean, E.T. was terrific.
Wasn't that great?
Congratulations to everyone involved. But I think more movies ought to be made like that, and less movies like Halloween, Friday the 13th,
You know, and they have been saying all along that there's no market for pictures like that, and this man disproved that.
Close Encounters was the same sort of thing, Love Story. You know, that's an older one, but I think that there are a lot of people that realize, certainly the educators and our leaders realize that a lot of these movies and programs are very damaging to the young people and to our society. And I'm critical of them, but it's better to do something positive than just sit and criticize. It takes money to do it, and what we're trying to do is get CNN and TBS in the black and make some money so we can pump it into more Jacques Cousteau type, ET type programming.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. That's about all I want to do. That's a full-time job.
What do you want people to think when they hear the name Ted Turner?
Well, I don't really care what they think about me
Yes,
so
you do.
much. Well, I like them to think that here's a hard-working guy who's setting a good example, leading by example, and who's doing what he said he was going to do. He's trying to improve the flow of communications and entertainment that people across the country see.
I want to tell you something. They've called you a lot of things, but you have set the trend. I mean, you have done it. They're all copying your act. It's as obvious as the handwriting on the wall.
Well, it's not just me, Mike. I think we've got over 1,700 people in this company, and we're glad to have you with us. You always were one of the highest type people in the broadcasting business, and that's, you know, we're gathering more and more people together. I had the dinner with Burt Reynolds last week, and he said, Ted, I want to make good movies too, like the Frank Capra movies. He said, let's make some movies together. And I said, boy, that sounds great. All I got to do is find some scratch from somewhere, but we'll
He also told me the last time I talked to him that he wanted to do a show with me, and it's a great idea for a show. For you.
That you mean be interviewed?
Yeah, no. A show, a regular show.
A weekly show?
Yes.
What would the two of you be, cowboys or?
No. Not a, this is for real now. I thought you had heard about it.
How can he take the time
We want to do a
weekly
show, he and I want to do a show where we expose young talent all across this country. Have auditions held everywhere in this country and have it on the Superstation at least once a week. If that's too ambitious, maybe once every 2 weeks or something.
I'll have to talk.
But he wants to do it with me. And he called me and told me about it.
Oh, that's great.
And I thought you knew about it.
No, I didn't know about that.
Well, you do now.
That's great.
I know you've got to leave, but thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
And I hope the Braves win tonight.
I sure do, too.
I really do.
Great
Thank you,
to see you,
Ted.
Mike.
Ted Turner. We're coming right back with Alex Karras and Susan Clark right after this.